Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a tea time tips and tricks for baby strippers.
You guys have been asking for this for so long and we finally are doing it.
We've broken them up into little sections. So appearance wise, general
like etiquette, I guess.
Yeah.
Just like as a baby stripper. And we've got like do's and don'ts while you're in the club, just like basic kind of stuff. But yeah, we have so much to get through.
And these are things that we have learned the hard way from experience. But if you have any other ones, put them in the comments. If you
tell us what you think, because there's obviously stuff we're gonna miss, but this is kind of like, I think it's fairly comprehensive. We have a fair bit, and if you kind of stick to this general rules, this works for us, and I think your time in the strip club will be a lot better. So let's get into it.
Okay, so the first section is appearances. So tips and tricks for what you should look like, how you should present yourself in our experience. Number one, wear outfits that suit your body type. And I think that whilst there are so many like cute honey birdette sets, honestly, they don't suit everyone. So I know for me, I am built like a fridge, like a 12-year-old boy. I don't have a waist to hip to waist ratio, just sort of straight up and down. So it's really good for me to wear things that cover my middle and sort of give the illusion that I have a bit of a waist, a bit of a more female shape. So I always love to wear 3 pieces, and I also love to wear 1 pieces. It's pretty rare that I'll wear just a top and a bottom, just because I just don't feel like it looks the best on me. But for example, like, you're incredibly curvy.
Yeah, we have opposite body types, so I tend to stick with, like, I wear tops and bottoms. I don't usually wear a mid piece because I do have more of an hourglass figure, which is fine. But with especially the honey birdette sets, I solely pretty much wear thick strap stuff because it cuts into my stomach, because I have a bigger stomach than Rosie. It cuts in and it makes me look like one of those like Christmas ham things, like wrapped up in string. So it doesn't look good on me, but it looks really good on Rosie because she's very petite. Like that.
Oh my god, petite. I'm like 5'9".
Compared to me, she's very petite. So I wear top and bottom, or like I wore my first slingshot the other night and I got so many compliments on it, so I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'll wear that. But like, yeah, you just gotta dress definitely to your body type because you'll figure it out.
A slingshot is a one-piece bikini that comes to the front and covers the nipples and then sort of goes down to the bottom, and it's a G-string.
And your like stomach and tits are like all out.
Yeah, so not for me, but definitely for you.
I liked it.
I mean, like, we're not here like telling you guys what to wear. If you feel comfortable in something and you love it, wear it, please, for the love of God. But just like for us, we think it's important to accentuate what we have. I also have small breasts. I'm like an A to B cup, and so I personally always really like to wear underwire and padded bras just because it accentuates. Pretty much what I say.
Figure it out at home, like put on a bunch of stuff, see what you're comfortable in. Like
if you feel confident in it, wear it.
Definitely.
Number 2, wear a watch. Always wear a watch.
Or go with someone who wears a watch.
Or go with someone
who
wears a watch. So a lot of clubs don't let you take your phone out or around, and even though most clubs time your lap dancers for you, it's really important to keep track of your own dancers because you don't want to be working for longer than you're being paid for. Sometimes the controller or the person who's keeping the time can just stuff up. And it's also just important for you to like sort of know the routine, what you can do in 10 minutes and sort of like time yourself and just sort of get through it. So always wear a watch. It doesn't need to be like a fancy one, but I do recommend that it's like waterproof, and like it's a bonus if it like counts your calories and steps and stuff, because it's a very physical
you can
and active
burn a fair bit like on stage and stuff.
Definitely.
You can burn like a couple hundred.
This third one is such like a funny thing in the stripper community because Sydney girls,
Sydney girls,
it like started there, and it's like you know, if she's got white toes that she's a sex worker. And it is low-key the truth. It's just
white
like
toes or get the fuck out.
White toes or get the fuck out, that's the thing. So you don't need to have white toes, but we love white toes, and there's just something to me about white toes.
They look
square shape in pleasers. I'm just like,
they look so good.
Oh, phenomenal.
Yeah, I like them squared off. I need a pedicure, but you need them. Like,
mine are very nice and square. There are so many foot fetishists in strip clubs, and they are not gonna pay you. So, and it's also just like a presentation thing. Tax write-off, please pay the $40, get your toenails done. Once you go white, you literally never go back. Next one, makeup. Obviously this is sort of a given, but we do get a lot of questions being like, oh, do you have to wear makeup at the strip club? And the answer is yes. It's actually a written rule. You must, because we're performers and you need to look presentable. The lights on stage are incredibly harsh, so you sort of need to do that full glam drag queen-esque makeup, like full coverage, big lashes, liner, yes or no, whatever, and usually a lipstick or a lip gloss. A lot of girls in particular who, some have even been around in the industry for a long time and they don't wear fake eyelashes, and it looks bad.
It looks awful.
To be honest, it just looks really bad, especially if you wear eyeshadow and you don't wear lashes.
Yep.
It just doesn't complete the look. You don't look like you've put effort in.
Honestly, sometimes it looks like you've been punched in the face because like you just have like kind of dark eyeshadow and then nothing to like, it doesn't, even like, because we get a lot of comments being like, oh, your makeup is quite natural compared to other girls. Yes, but we always have lashes on.
Absolute minimum, you need to have a full coverage base, contour, highlighter, lashes.
Yeah,
that's the absolute minimum, and a lip.
And lips. Yeah.
It like honestly takes, if you put effort in to be fast, it would take like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Customers notice it. They're like, oh, you look so well put together. If you don't know how to do makeup, I don't know, watch some YouTube videos. Yeah. Even though the club is dark, like you can tell, my friend, especially on stage, you can see that, oh, like her foundation is not the same color as her body right now. Please don't come for me. Yeah, you can tell, and it's really important to have your nails done. You see girls who have like beautiful long acrylics and one of them is chipped off and it just looks ratty. Make sure you are always looking popping, because that's the difference between someone who's put together and someone who's not put together. Who do you think the person's going to spend money on?
Exactly.
Hair.
This is Rosie's pet peeve. She comments on it
every single night.
And it is hilarious, but it's so true.
It triggers me. It triggers me. And as much as I want to be like, present yourself whatever way makes you happy, in this industry, it's just not the case.
You have to cater to
the industry.
Yeah, you have to do it.
Your income depends on it, and you know there is really a specific sort of look that is really mandatory. A full face, lashes, liner, and for the love of God, style your hair.
Please.
So we see you can be full makeup, beautiful face, beautiful 3-piece lingerie, 10-inch heels, but if you have not straightened or curled your hair, it's game over. I see a lot of girls who have clearly just like washed their hair, awesome, good for you, washed it, got out, let it naturally dry or dried it, and it just stays like that. And I want to show you, I want to show you an example because it doesn't sound like it's dramatic, but it is. So if your hair isn't curled or like straightened, and it's just like, sort of like
slick ass like ponytail, like that looks beautiful.
It needs to be styled. It doesn't need to be out, it just needs to be put together. And if you have short hair, I would sort of steer away from a ponytail, to be honest with you.
Only if it's long.
Only if it's long. Just get one of those Zala extensions. I have one, I think it was like 80 bucks.
Worth it.
But yeah, it doesn't matter if you have short hair, long hair, whatever, just put in effort, straighten it, put some curls in it. Do not just let it be au naturel, because it looks like trash. It makes your hair look unhealthy.
It does.
Unkept, unbrushed, unclean. Even though it is clean, it just having styled hair makes
and you will
such
get
a difference.
Hot and you'll work and it will go frizzy. It will just go like out.
Because it's such a humid environment, especially in the shower room, especially on stage. And like it's just not it. Like take the 5 minutes to straighten your goddamn hair.
Please.
Or put it slick behind you.
Oh, that will make such a difference.
That's the one that just really gets me going. We're up to the next section. It's you. I need to calm down.
Okay, so next we're going to talk about just like general kind of etiquette in the club. There's a couple of things to do as a stripper. So the first thing is ask your customers when you're talking to them if they will be going for dances. So there is no point talking to someone. It kind of like leads in. Don't talk to anyone for more than absolute maximum 5 minutes.
I'm more of a 30-second girl myself.
So ask them if they're going for dances, if they're tipping, if they're booking dances, because if they say no, or if they say maybe later, chances are they are not going to pay you. So there is no point hanging around and wasting your time and energy on someone who's not going to book you when you might go to the next person and they take you straight away. It is never ever ever give your time away for free. Now you're a stripper and you're working on commission and tips. Your time is not free. You are not getting paid to be there. You cannot be expected to give away your emotional labor for free.
That's called exploitation.
It is not fair on you. It is not fair on anyone. Well, talking to them for more than 5 minutes, you are not hustling them. The patron is hustling you. It is not acceptable to be talking to someone longer than 5 minutes. I've seen girls sit there for 2 hours with a group. This happened on
we see it all the time.
Friday.
We see it all the time.
For an example, I saw a girl and I love her personally. She works at our club and she's just absolute sweetheart. She's amazing on stage. She's so friendly. She's so beautiful. She sat with this customers, a group of them, for 2 hours. I watched her because there was no one else in the club. I understand, but she even got on stage. They were watching her. They were going like woohoo, woohoo. And Rosie actually went up to them and was like, "You should be tipping her because
show your appreciation in tips."
Yeah, she's been talking to you for 2 hours, and you're not tipping her and you haven't taken her for a dance, you haven't booked her, and they were just kind of like, what did they say?
They
I
just
wasn't
like,
there.
they just sort of ignored me and like kept woohooing, and it's so disrespectful. It really, really is. And I understand the logic of like, oh, there's no other patrons in the club, I might as well just try my luck with them, but don't do it. Have some respect for yourself. Your time is not free. Be
like, I would rather be sitting by myself,
100%.
not getting paid, than sitting with someone
do not
not
put in the
getting
work
paid.
for free. You simply say, if they're like, oh no, maybe later or not now, but you know, have a drink with me. You simply explain to them, oh, that's fine, I might come back for you later, I'm happy to have a drink with you, but you know, I will ask you for a tip. And I know so many girls, when we started, we didn't, because we felt so awkward. It is so awkward, uncomfortable, whatever, but you just get used to it. It's how it is. It's the way the game goes. And and if they're like, no, fuck you, just be like, okay, bye.
And like, we like to say to people, I'll buy you, but I've been buying you drinks. But we say, oh, we can't pay our rent with drinks.
Don't pay rent.
We can't give our landlord a vodka lime soda. Like, we can't do that. There's
Go to
no
your
point.
Office job, Paul, and they'll pay you in cookies.
It's offensive. So please, 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 as a baby stripper, never ever speak to anyone for longer than, you know, 5-6 minutes. Maybe even count it out in like 2 songs. Just have a chat.
Or just ask your 5 questions and then leave. So do the, hey, how are you? Introduce yourself. What are your plans for the night? That can sort of lead into the, are you getting any dances? Or are you just here to tip the girls on stage? Some of the answers you'll get are, oh, I'm waiting for so-and-so, and that's awesome.
Great.
Be like, I'm so happy to hear
I'll
that.
get her for you.
As long as they're spending money on someone, for the love of God, I'm so glad to hear that. Be like, I'll go and get them for you.
It doesn't have to be on you, and don't take it personally.
No, don't take it personally. If they're like, oh, like, could you go and get this girl? Just go and get the girl.
For
you know,
sure.
We've had
do
girls
it all the time.
We've had girls approach regulars of ours, and they've very politely said like, I don't want to waste your time, I'm waiting for Poppy and Rosie, and they sort of arc up. They're like, why? Like, what?
And our regulars told us this, and we're like,
which is uncomfortable. We've actually never done that, and I have absolutely no issue with them as long as they're spending money on someone.
A massive issue in strip clubs is what is called grass cutting. So this happens when someone is with a patron, and basically another girl will come over and literally start talking to that patron, or the girl will go to the bathroom and a girl will come in and swoop in and start talking to them. It is incredibly disrespectful. It is like the number 1 strip club. It is literally written in contracts. When you sign a contract at a club, it is a written rule that says do not grass cut girls, because everyone knows what it means. It is just like
it's pretty much the worst thing that you can do.
The height of disrespect.
It's hard,
like, just don't
because,
approach me.
So if you know that someone is a regular customer, they come in every weekend and they book this one girl and they're there for hours, and you know that he's a regular of hers, you just don't go there. The chances of them booking you are very slim. It's a respect thing. People will lose respect for you, and it's just not worth it. It's just
uncomfortable.
It's not how you go to any of the other patrons. I think another thing is if someone comes in and they're tried by one girl, the girl sits down there and then they leave, you know, 5-10 minutes later, they didn't have any luck with them, you could try back in about 10-15 minutes.
Give it a little bit.
Give it a little bit.
Because you're not sure if that girl's coming back. She might have gone to the bathroom, she might have been getting a drink, she might have been freshening up. Like, it's just a level of respect between the girls, because otherwise it gets so bitchy, so competitive. Like, it's obviously a little bit like that always, but it just gets so uncomfortable.
Like, form of income, it's pretty personal.
So
just do your best to stay in your own lane. Don't steal other people's regulars or customers. And if it happens by mistake, if the patron's like, oh, I'm just waiting for so-and-so to come back, you're like, oh my God, have the best time, see ya. Like, get out of there.
At every club there is what's like the tipping chairs on a stage. Never, ever, ever, ever under any circumstance approach the tipping chair. When a girl is on stage and someone has moved into a tipping chair, that's for a reason. They want to watch the girl on stage. They do not want to talk to anyone else. It's happened to me multiple times. I've been on stage performing, engaging with a customer. I've seen a girl come over and sit down and talk to him. And I just go like,
it is so
like, is
rude.
this a joke?
It doesn't happen very often because girls
not
know
anymore.
the rules.
No.
But we've been to a couple of clubs where it's actually not in the contracts. But it should be. I think that even if a gentleman is sitting in the tipping chairs and, you know, he turns around and sees you, points to you, says, come over here, you say no, you come over here.
I've been like, I can't come to you.
No, because it looks like you are
it's
this girl is performing. and you're taking away, it's really distasteful.
Yeah, I've seen it happen a few times, and the girl looks really upset and really offended on the stage, and the guy can be uncomfortable as well, because he kind of wants to, he's sat there for a reason. He's sat in tipping chairs to watch this girl, not to talk to anyone else.
It's a different thing, however, if I'm with a customer, Poppy's on stage, and we're like, I'm gonna like come with me and we'll tip her. So if I bring a patron to the tipping chairs, that's awesome, and get them to give money. But the whole thing of like taking them away, trying to sell them something while they're watching someone else. So it's not for my gain, it's literally for her gain. If I like take someone over and I'm like, tip my friend, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely. So take them to the stage, not away. The next one is, okay, this sounds kind of like brown nosy, but it's true. Be nice to the original dancers and the managers of your club. I've seen so many girls come into clubs. It's happened at our club. They've come in for a night and they have been rude to the girls. They've been rude to management. They've just been blatantly disrespectful, and it is just offensive, and they've been asked to not return.
It happens very, very often.
It's awful. So if you are nice to the OG dancers, you will get so far in the club. So the girls teach you how to dance, they will teach you how to dress, they will teach you how to hustle. If you are friendly, you are willing to learn, if you are like open, honest, and just kind of stick by the rules, they will help you with so much. It is much better than going in. If you come in and being like, I know everything, I am top shit, like do not speak to me. 3 girls came in,
never danced before in their life,
thought they ran the place. They
super disrespectful,
lied to management,
saying that they'd already danced before. They had not danced before. They didn't know anything.
They just came in, they pushed our friend Kira. Like, I'm not joking, they physically pushed her. They physically pushed her off stage
in front of customers.
She was in her regular, like her regulars were tipping her.
It was just the most outrageous thing I've ever seen. Like, you can't make this shit up. And I think that you cannot like just assume that someone's gonna help you. You need to be like, hey, I'm so sorry to bother you. You just need to literally like grovel. Acknowledge that it's not their job, but like I'm obviously happy to help, but like a lot of girls would be like, fuck off, like who are you, I'm not gonna help you.
And that it makes it a better work environment for you as well. It pays to just be like, hi, like I'm so sorry, would you mind helping me with something? And people will do it.
A lot of the clubs will allocate the new girl to an OG, so just sort of like came with us and we showed her how to do the lap dance, showed her what to do on stage, you know, just ran her through the rules, etc.
Another one is when you are on stage, please, for the love of God, engage with your patrons. We see a lot of girls on stage who will just dance, and that's fine.
You can be the most amazing showgirl performer, do every single pole trick in the books, but patrons are not going to feel like they should tip you if you are not looking at them, engaging with them, being like, hey, how's your night going? Like, you are a performer, you need to perform for them. It's no different for them to watch it on a TV screen if you are not engaging with them.
We for an example, Rosie and I don't do pole tricks.
We don't do anything.
It's a known thing at our club that we are tipped very well on stage, but we do not do pole tricks. We do the least. We do the absolute least. What we do is we dance a little bit, of course. We start the dance, do a little booty shake and little strip tease, but we will look at patrons and go, hi, like come sit. Like,
if there is no one in the tipping chairs, you make eye contact and you're like, come sit, like come sit. And it puts them on a spot and it makes them feel awkward. They're like, okay.
And they just kind of like, okay. And then what you do is you go to them, you crawl over to them on the floor, and you do like a little cat stretch, and you touch yourself for a tiny bit. Don't go straight and be like, give me a tip. Do a little bit first, and then be like, have you got a tip for me, babe? And then you open your garter, and you wait, and you go.
Before that though, I'm like, hey babe, how's your night going?
Oh yeah,
like as soon as they sit down, just like, hi, how are you?
While you're doing the cute little, oh my god, like how are you? And then you reach over and you open your garter.
Or you open your undies, or you
open your bra.
You open your mouth.
Or you open your mouth. We do that. No one else does it. It's really gross.
Viper does it.
Viper does it. It's very fun because they want to do it then. They want to put money in your mouth.
We're merely objects.
So we're like, and they put it in your mouth. It's really gross. But like engage with them because you will make so much more money.
Have a personality.
Yeah.
Like they want to be like, wow, that's a person.
You're like, oh my god, wow.
She speaks.
And as from a patron's perspective, so we go to the strippers all the time. So what we do is we sit down in the tipping chair. You put your customary $5 down just as a tip anyway. And then if they start engaging with us and being like, oh my god, like I'm just like,
but we see
take all my money.
I want to say like 90% will like see the tips on the stage and just keep dancing. And you need to go over to that person, thank them for their tip,
Yes.
because they're going to tip you more.
Yes.
If you are grateful,
Always thank
and if
them.
you have a conversation, give them a little bit of a show, sit on the stage in front of them, do a little bit of a dance for them,
Yes.
entertain them.
Yes.
It's your goddamn job.
Yes. Yeah. We see that all the time. Like, there's the most amazing showgirls and stuff, and they're just like doing tricks and like
Amazing.
so good, but you need to engage with the patrons.
They don't make money.
That's how we get tipped more.
They're not
we
capitalizing off it.
No, if we get tipped, you sit there and freaking open your legs. If they give you a 50 or something, open your goddamn legs and just be like, and like shake them. Just
It's me.
Do something like funny, like just make a joke. Like, we get patients like laughing and stuff all the time. Just like, you just fuck around. Some people it's not
As
funny.
soon as you said
Some
that, I
people
was
it's not
like,
funny.
some things come to mind and they just look awkward. Please, for the love of
If
God,
you have the sense of humor,
don't
do it.
try too hard.
No.
Don't be like, oh my God, quirky. Like, if you don't feel comfortable doing it, don't do it.
Yeah.
Just be polite and like cute.
If it's like natural to you, because I am not an overly sexual person. All I do is just make jokes and fuck around with patrons, and that's like the way I get.
I'm definitely more of the introvert when it comes to us. I'm
Yeah.
like I don't really fuck around and dance on the stage.
Yeah.
I'm more just like
reserved and just hi, and yeah, I just fuck around because I'm like I can obviously be sexual, like I'm a stripper.
she's like
it's my
the
job.
class clown.
I just like fuck
men
around.
are just like, oh, you're funny, you're a fuckhead. Here's $50.
Yeah, it's quite funny. I use that to my advantage on stage. I've like fallen off the pole before and just make a joke about it. You just fall over and they just give you money. Like, if it comes naturally to you, do it. If it doesn't, do whatever you need to do. But always engage.
Entertain. You are there to make money.
Yeah, stage is a really
Fake it
good
till you make it.
Stage is a really good opportunity for you to get dancers after. So it's such a good opportunity for you to advertise yourself. If anything, you are there to advertise yourself for dancers after the stage. This is a very important thing. Make sure you approach every single customer in the room, even if they look homeless, even if they like smell, even like there is no reason for you to not approach someone, because I swear to you, that person that you don't approach will take someone for 5 hours in VIP. I promise you, it has happened to us. We're like, we've done it. I'm like, we're guilty. We're like, no, we're not talking.
Like, nah.
And then they go and fucking book someone for 5 hours, like, and we missed out on that. So always
approach everyone. Approach a lone female.
Please.
A lot of people are so scared of females, but lone females, people won't approach them. People who are disabled, special needs, won't be approached, but they are there for a reason.
Yes.
Our mate,
Yes.
they spend money. That guy Kittens, they
Yes.
spend money. People spend money, and even if they don't, at least you've tried. There is no money to be made if you don't approach them.
Yes.
You have literally nothing to lose. Like maybe 5 seconds of your time.
Yeah, and our regular Xavier, he's 19.
So
He's 19 and he's our regular, and he books us and he spends thousands. And we were like, oh, like the first time I remember we were like, oh, he'll probably just take us for a 5 each. And I'm pretty sure we did like 2 rooms that night. And I was like, you just need to talk to everyone.
And that guy last night, he was also like 20.
He was 20.
And he booked me for an hour, and then he booked another girl for an hour.
Yes.
And he just wanted to like vibe and talk about video games. And he was a uni student. I'm like, where is this money coming from?
Yeah, and then the last 2, they were 20 and 21.
Oh my God!
Boys.
They were like, so we went over to them. It was literally like 3 a.m. We're like,
So
we're going to try
funny.
these guys. They might go for 5 minutes. They might tell us to fuck off.
Yeah.
We went over and they're like, yeah, let's go for a dance. And I went over. We got to the counter. I was like, oh, like half an hour? Like, how long should we go for? And he was like, I don't care about the money.
And we're like,
okay, well, in that case, we'll go for half an hour in Blue Room. And then I was like, and then he's like, okay. And then I was like, in that
Make it
case,
an hour.
I'll go for an hour in Blue Room.
And he's just like,
okay, $2,000, taps the card. And I'm like,
so funny.
And then he tipped us each $500. So
Yeah.
it just goes to show.
You don't know who is going to have money. Like,
You approach the 80-year-old men on their own because chances are their wife just died or their wife has dementia. They're completely alone in this world and they just want to chat to you about current events. Talk to the 18-year-olds, the 19-year-olds. Chances are they're probably not going to have any money, but at least
always try.
they will gas up your ego and maybe take you for a 5-minute dance.
Yeah.
Approach the businessmen, approach the hens night ladies, approach the bachelorette. Like, there's literally no excuse to not approach someone. Absolutely no excuse. Unless they are there every single night and you know for a fact that they don't spend money.
Yeah, but yeah, approach literally every single person. And leading into that, let's talk about female customers.
Oh, yes.
So as a baby stripper, people are like, female customers are the worst, female customers are the worst. Like, people will say that to you. And to an extent, I do agree. But if they are in a couple, it's a very good chance that you will take them for a lap dance.
Yeah, couples generally are pretty good.
Yes, and it's usually, honestly, it's usually the girl being like, yeah, let's do it. And the guy's like, oh, like, is that okay? Like, it's a little bit strange. But always approach couples and take them for a lap dance. And when you are in that lap dance, for the love of God,
about
the girl. Talk to the girl. Dance on the girl first.
Start on the girl, finish on the girl.
Motorboat the girl.
Spend 70% of the time with the girl.
Oh my God.
like
Please.
direct the conversation to literally praise and obsess over her, because
Yes.
girls are jealous
Yes.
and girls are crazy, and you want to
Yes.
make them have a good experience.
Yes.
They're there at the strip club. That's amazing. That is
Yes.
like the height of,
It's like
height
the
of trust.
hardest
It's
step.
amazing, literally.
Yes.
So you want to start on her. You want to say to him, oh my god, you are so lucky, she is so beautiful, like it is all about her.
Because he gets off to it as well.
Yes,
he's like,
exactly.
oh my god, like this is my girlfriend and a stripper, like holy fuck. Like,
Yeah.
they get off to it.
Yeah.
So unless they're uncomfortable and they just want it on her, establish that. Be like,
What are you comfortable
Like, you're
with?
comfortable with like all this going on? And they're usually just like, yes, come to me.
Sometimes they're like, no, like just dance on him, and
Yep.
if you do that, you dance on him.
Yep.
But you look at her, you touch her, you like make
Put
sure
her hands on your boobs because they'll be too scared to touch you.
and
just
you
so
make
know.
sure he is touching her, and you just need to make it like it's like a threesome. You
It
need
is.
to just make sure everyone's included.
Yep.
You know, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Just like please be so overly friendly and sexual with the girl, because she will appreciate it, he will appreciate it,
Because
you might even get
everyone-
tipped, like, yeah.
You don't want them to think, which they will, that you want to steal their man.
Yeah.
That's just like
Yep.
where their head goes. They're like, this stripper's trying to steal my man. Like, how do I compete? And it's like, no, sis.
I promise
I'm here to
you.
take his money.
Yep.
And I'm here to tell you how hot you are.
Yeah, like that's it. So yeah, when you're with a couple, immediately direct your attention to her.
Ultimately, it's really up to her. Groups of girls, duos of girls, like all the time.
Yeah.
You just need to go up and hustle them the same way. What are you guys
Yeah.
here for tonight? Are you just tipping? Are you going for lap dances? What's the go? Hustle them the exact same.
The last thing I probably want to say is don't let them violate you, because
So true.
Yeah, so-
they're like, I'm a girl, I can finger you. And it's like, absolutely
Yeah.
not. That is not how it works.
yeah, so girls will
Push
when
the
you
limits.
walk past, they will smack you on the butt. They will like be like, oh my god, your boobs are amazing. Oh my god, they'll just like touch you. And we don't let men even like be this close. We
If a
don't let
man
them
like
touch me.
tries to like touch me, I'm like, no, thank you.
Like no, if
thank
you're
you.
not booking me, paying me, tipping me, no.
You get nothing.
Don't let a girl do the same thing to you.
No.
Just because they're a girl, it doesn't mean they can get away with
don't get a free
touching
pass.
you. I have girls do it all the time, and I'll go back and be like, hey babe, I would actually appreciate a tip because I don't want to be the pet. I'm not in a petting zoo.
You just violate
and they're
me.
like, but we're like sisters.
We're like the same. I'm a
like,
girl.
no.
Oh my god, Julie's different.
It doesn't work like that.
No.
I don't appreciate it.
It's the same
being
rules
touched.
that
Yeah.
apply outside of the club in normal society.
Just general
Don't
consent.
touch people without their consent.
Yeah. So just for
Just be
baby
polite and
strippers,
respectful.
yeah, don't let girls violate you. If you wouldn't let a man do the same thing, don't confuse the two. They are the same. They are equal. Just because it's a girl or it's like they're being super friendly and overly nice to you, do not let them violate your boundaries.
Most clubs will say you're not allowed to give patrons your number. You're not allowed to follow them on social media. You can't give them any information. They're not allowed to do this, by the way. They can't tell you what to do. You're a sole trader. You're an independent contractor. It is literally your job to market yourself, to advertise yourself. If you were any kind of other independent contractor, like a tradesman, an independent hairdresser, etc., you market yourself. You need to advertise yourself. Most common avenues to do that: Instagram, have a stripgram, you know, obviously don't have it under your real name. Make it private if you want to do that. Twitter is really good, and it's a way to also promote things like OnlyFans, Patreon, things that get you more money on top of that. But it's so important to have that social media presence, establish regular customers. It is like one of the most
Very
important things in the
important.
industry.
90% of income for a lot of girls is their regulars.
It's like 1 or 2 people.
Yeah.
It's super important to have that like means to communicate with them. Be like, when are you coming in to see me? And they'll be like, oh, are you working on Saturday? And you'll be like, yes, I'm working on Saturday.
Yeah.
It is literally your obligation and your duty to take control of your business and market yourself.
because you are a business.
You are your own business.
You
And
literally have an
a club
ABN.
cannot tell you that you cannot.
Give them your Instagram. That we've been told that at a club.
And I'm like,
what did they say?
it's solicitation.
They were like, no. They were like, give us the contact details of the patron. Go to the manager and ask the manager for your Instagram. I was like, in what world?
That doesn't make, that's so stupid.
I was like,
It's the same.
no,
it's the same
no,
endpoint.
no.
Follow
Instagram,
the
because
strip
we wanna-
clubs, tag the strip clubs you're working at, follow other stripper Instagrams, and
Yes.
you know, shout out girls on OnlyFans and just sort of like have a good
Build it,
community on social media. It's important to your income.
Very important.
For the love of God, do not get shit-faced at work. There is nothing like a drunk stripper.
Don't enjoy
Obviously, strippers can drink on the job. We are not employees. We're not paid by the club, so we're sort of treated as patrons in that regard, where we can drink and we're cut off if, you know, bartenders think that we're too intoxicated, etc. But it is your responsibility to know your limits, to keep an eye on your drink. We, on average, don't drink, But if we do drink, we'll have like never more than 3 drinks in a 10-hour shift.
Yes. So we're not drunk. We're just having a drink or so with
Yeah,
patrons. It's
just
not
having a drink or so.
It is.
We are not there to party.
Wildly.
Do not go to work to party.
Yeah.
Girls get shit-faced. They do drugs. They are there to have a good time, and they are not there to make money. And if you want to go out, take the night off work. Have a night out.
Yeah.
Get shit-faced.
Yeah.
But it is
Separate
embarrassing.
the two.
It tarnishes your reputation. It, you know, have some respect for yourself,
And the
doing your
industry.
job,
Yeah.
your workplace. It just looks horrific.
Awful. Okay, so you can drink, makes you a little bit more confident. You take that one shot and you will not be able to work for the rest of the night. So it is literally ruining your income. Like, it's just go to
just doesn't
work
make sense.
or you go out.
Yeah.
Like, one of
Pick
the two.
one.
There's no point coming into work and like not getting paid and getting drunk, where you might as well just fuck off and have fun and go with your friends anyway. Like, I don't know, this is like a topic that not everyone's going to agree with. There's going to be strippers being like, nah, it's fine to get like fucked up at work. Like, fuck you guys are so boring. Like, blah, blah. Like, no.
And like,
Yeah.
I totally get that, like, having 2 drinks makes the baby stripper more confident.
Definitely.
I get that.
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
But like, binge drinking is not fine. Doing it all the time is not fine. Falling over is not fine. Being disorientated and having it impact your, you know, work is not fine.
Yeah.
It's just not safe, and it's not smart.
No, we'll break
And
an ankle. We've seen it happen.
I really understand if you're with a patron for 8 hours and he is buying you drinks all the time. Like, I get it. I get that you feel obliged to have fun with him, or if you're in a booth, I would recommend being like, oh yeah, I'll have like a couple, but I've got to drive. Always say that and be like, no, I'm honestly more fun sober. When I have drinks, I fall asleep. Like, just sort of like
lie.
keep it lighthearted.
You have to lie.
Or just honestly, just be like, oh, like, I'll have a lime soda, and then to the bartender, just be like, oh, like, I'll have a soda with a lime in it.
Yeah.
Like, just do what you need to do. Like, just pretend sip on your drink. Go to the bathroom, leave it in there, pour it out, give it to the bar.
I've done that. You just leave it in the bathroom.
You make it work. But like, honestly, I've never actually been in a situation where a customer's like, drink. Like,
No,
and
they're
even
not gonna force
Even
you.
if they were, I'd be like, get fucked. Yeah. Don't use that as an excuse. Like, oh, you know, they want me to party with them. Like,
Yeah.
okay, pretend that you're drunk then.
Okay, so the next thing is just a basic do and don't is do not ask girls how much they've made in a night. Not only is it kind of
uncomfortable.
disrespectful and uncomfortable, the girl just, if they're having a shit night, they're not going to want to tell you, and they're going to get upset, and then they're going to be like, oh, I've made no money. Like, don't be out the back. Oh, I made $2,000 off this. Like,
How much did you make?
Like,
Like,
how much
if-
did you get?
If they wanted to tell you how much money they make, they would tell you.
Yeah.
Like, we sometimes got back and be like, oh, you know, we've made $10. But you, under no circumstances, ask other people how much they've made.
Fuck no.
If you want to be like,
If
I've
anything,
made-
how's your night been?
yes,
Yeah.
and that's very common. Like, how's your night been? Oh, really bad. Oh, really good. Oh, that's
Yes.
good. It's just very uncommon that we actually talk numbers. It's
Yeah.
sort of just...
We only do it in YouTube.
Yes.
We'll tell you
We
guys.
do it to each other. Honestly, we don't care. But if someone did
Yeah,
ask
we
me how
don't
much I'd
care.
made, I'd be like, I would be taken aback. I think it's just a bit uncomfortable. It's kind of taboo, and I think that it
Yeah.
shouldn't really matter, but it's just the nature of the workplace.
Yeah.
It's because we are all in direct competition with each other.
It's the same as in the workplace, I guess. Like, I know there's a whole contention about like, oh, if you don't ask people how much they're getting paid, you could be being underpaid, but it's not the same with a
It's not the
commission
same
job.
thing.
You're all competing and working on tips and commission and no salary. So it's not the same thing. So please
Do not do it.
don't
Just don't
ask
do it.
girls how much they've made.
You cannot let a quiet night affect your personality, your emotions, the way you hustle. You cannot be like, well, I've just worked for 6 hours. I have literally made $0. Fuck this, I'm going home.
Yeah.
I get it. It's like the natural response. Do not let it affect your night, and do not let it affect your hustle. Be like, I've approached 50 people and everyone's rejected me. I'm not going to approach that person. That person could be a $5,000 person. You do not know. And the best example is literally 2 days ago when I started work at 7 p.m. It was 1:45 and I had made $10. I was just like really down, super frustrated as you get, and it was not for lack of trying. I make it a mission to approach every single person in the club, and the lap room was full.
Yeah,
people
because I was
booked.
in there, so she was by
so she was
herself.
just booked for an hour, and I was just like, fuck my life, this fucking sucks. I just want to go home.
Yeah.
And
She didn't.
no, never go home. Key rule, never go home. Stay till close, because you know you can always think like, what if, and just don't do it. Like, what are you doing anyway? What are you doing between the hours of 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. that you have to go home? Like, don't be ridiculous. Stay at work. And then I made $1,300.
Yeah. From literally 1 till 4:30.
Yeah, 1 till 4:30. And so
We made
if I had gone home,
so
I would have
much
made $10
Yeah.
versus $1,300.
Yeah.
And I know that's not always the case, but it is so important to not let it affect your emotion and your like. Just don't sit there and just be in a shitty mood, because patrons see like, oh, what a bitch. Like,
Yeah.
what's her problem?
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be here, go home.
Yes.
If you don't want to be there, go home. But at the same time, don't go home. Just change your attitude.
Just never go home. It's fine to have a moment of weakness. We all do it. We have done it multiple times. We're very guilty of being like, fuck this.
Fuck
like,
this.
I don't want to be here. Like, this is bullshit. We're not making any money. We just like go out the back and just like have a bit of a moment, eat some food, go and have a shot if you need to, like have a drink. I don't care. I know we just said don't drink, but just
stay hydrated.
Just have one. Just like do something that changes your mental attitude. Even go and talk to another stripper and be like, do you want to hustle together?
Yeah.
Ask someone. Change it up. Do something. Get changed. Change your shoes. Hustle with a different stripper. Like
post a photo on the gram.
Tell something. Do something that changes your mindset.
But do not stay in the change room for more than you have to. So go out there, have dinner, have a snack, have a cold drink, change your outfit, fix your makeup, but for the love of sweet Jesus Christ, do not sit out the back for hours on end on your phone. If you're not going to work, go home.
I have such an issue with this.
Oh God, we see it.
We see girls out the back dead asleep. I'm like,
it's embarrassing. It's so embarrassing.
Like, what are you doing? Like, there's money out there.
If you just want to sit there and like have a little sit down, your feet hurt, sit out on the floor.
Yes.
Sit out on the floor and scope. Who are you going to talk to next?
Yeah, that's what we do.
There is absolutely $0 to make in the change room. Sit your ass on the floor, on the club floor. There is no reason for you to be out the back if you are not taking photos, you know, just doing something quickly. Never sit out the back for more.
I don't like being out the back, so I'm like, what if I'm missing out?
Yes,
what if I'm
exactly.
missing out? What if there's someone out there?
Who sleep in the change room, and it really gets us going.
I don't like it. Yeah, but I'm like, okay, you can lie there because I'm going to make your customers money.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
If that's what you want to do, but as a baby stripper, don't do it because I promise you, you will make more money on the floor than you are asleep. Stripper burnout is obviously a real thing, but if you are a baby stripper, work it out. Like if you have a day job, get your roster and then be like, okay, I'm going to work this night and try and stick to it because it gives you like a goal and stuff. But if I've called in sick for stripper burnout, I've done it before because mental health is such a priority and you are going to have your days in stripping. It is exhausting, it is tiring, it is mentally, emotionally, physically draining. It's an exhausting career path. Obviously it's very worth it and lucrative to us, but you are gonna have stripper burnout and you need to take care of your mental health. So I personally, you guys already know, I'm very open about my mental health. I have severe mental health issues and I go through stripper burnout and I've called in sick before, but I've laid in bed and just been like, fuck, I could have been at work, like making money.
FOMO.
That's how I feel. I do listen to my body, and if my body's like shutting down, I will stay at home. But try, like, listen to your body, take nights off if you need them, but try and get through 2 nights a week at like minimum. Yeah, listen to your body, listen to yourself. And at the end of the day, mental health is the most important in this job. But try and do as much work as you can because I promise you, you will feel so good when you come home with like a stack of cash and you're just like, fuck yeah, like this is it. This is the reason that I do this. So just try that.
Not me taking a whole weekend off for your birthday, by the way. Just a side note. No one else I would ever consider doing that.
And yourself.
But it's only because we're going to the strippers.
Yeah, we're going back to the strippers.
So
the most important baby stripper rule, the only thing that matters at the end of the day.
Do not cop anything. No. Nothing. If someone looks at you the wrong way,
kill them.
You tell security.
Throw their body in the river.
We just mean if anything makes you feel uncomfortable. Like one of the really common questions we get are like, oh my God, like I could never do it because I could never, you know, dance for creepy people. I don't dance for creepy people.
No.
If someone as so much, like, you know, just disrespects me in a way that is like, oh, like, nice tits, I'd be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And walk away. Like, you don't have to put up with anything that you don't want to. You don't need to go for dances with people you don't want to. You don't need to talk to people you don't want to.
Yeah, you can say no to dances.
And if you go into a dance and they're a dick, they're too intoxicated, they're making you feel uncomfortable in any way, you're like, get out.
Yep.
And that's fine. You've made your money.
Yep. There's no refunds in any club that I'm
no
aware
backsies,
of.
no backsies. They've made you feel uncomfortable. That's on them.
Yep.
You literally don't need to do anything. Don't cop anything. If the manager is like, go and talk to them, you just be like, you go and talk to them.
Yeah, like
No. Be very aware of what you have to do and what you don't have to do. And hint, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. They're not paying you to be there.
Yeah. And this confidence will come in time. Like, as baby strippers, we probably let people get away with more, I would say.
Yeah.
Because it was hard to be like, no, like I'm not comfortable with that, or like, don't talk to me like that, or don't touch me like that. It does come with practice and it comes with experience. Like there's no real other way to do it unless you're like paired up with a OG stripper, and they can help you with that kind of thing. Assertive as well, like we are. We're kind of known in our club for being
absolute
bitches to patrons. We're known for that. For
the
dancers, not in a bad way. Yeah.
Only if it is deserved. If someone is respectful to us, we will be so respectful to them.
Yeah.
If they are, you know, generous and kind and polite and, you know,
that's all you have to be.
That's all you have to be. That's
at
all
minimum,
we ask.
Respectful. At minimum. You don't even have to be fun. You don't have to be anything. Just like be respectful.
Yeah.
That's all
That's all it takes.
Pretty known in our club for being quite assertive, and I think that is definitely to our benefit. It's not. It's never detrimented us to be assertive.
No.
We have never.
Maybe we've lost some money from it actually, but I don't.
Not copious amounts, and it's not worth it to us to make money off someone who's being an absolute dick to us.
If someone clicks at me and they're like, "Oi, bitch, like let's go for a dance," I'm like, security, get them the fuck out of here.
I don't want your money.
How dare you speak to me that way?
Yeah, it's
and
not.
I think that we're fortunate to have the luxury to turn down dancers.
That's a good point, because not everyone.
I get that people need money.
Yes.
But don't sacrifice your mental health and well-being.
Just like respect for yourself in general.
And like I know that's so much easier said than done.
If you are not in the position to be turning down money, what you could say is, you could go up to him and be like, "Sure babe, let's go for a dance." You just take him straight in. You say to the controller, "This guy has been really rude to me, can you keep an eye on him? Just do your dance. Don't talk. Don't give him any extra. Just go through the motions, and when you're done, you're done. Just go through it.
Pray to God he breaks the rule or makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
So you can dance quickly."
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, should I say it? Just go to your happy place. Just do your dance. Take his money and then leave. That's only if you're in a position to not be turning down dancers. If you are fortunate enough to maybe have another job, or you've had a really good night and you are in the position to be turning down dancers, never ever let anyone disrespect you. It's not worth the money, in our opinion. Because to us, mental health is such an important part of stripping.
No one should be allowed to speak to you in a negative way. No one deserves that.
No. It's not fair on you, it's not fair on the club, it's not fair on your mental health. It's just like not...
Like you're just doing your job.
It's not acceptable because people wouldn't speak like that to you in a 9-to-5. So why should they speak to you like that because you're wearing lingerie? It's even worse because you're not getting paid to be there and you're just being exploited basically. So it's really, really unfair on you, but you will learn as a baby stripper to be more assertive and know your worth and respect yourself and keep your mental health under control, because you will become such a better dancer for it.
It's what you make it.
That's it. Yeah, it is what you make it. You're gonna have shit nights, obviously. You're gonna have good nights, obviously.
But don't let it affect you.
It's not consistent.
It's the industry.
It's the industry. It's not it's not you. It's the industry. Unless you're drinking and doing drugs and sleeping, then it is you.
In order to have $2,000 nights, you need to have $50 nights.
Yes.
You know, it needs to be that balance. You're not going to have a $2,000 night every single night.
No. It's not.
And you've got to be okay with the ebbs and flows of the industry. If you let it really affect you, if you cry because you've made no money, this isn't the industry for you. Go and get yourself an hourly rate. Go and get yourself a salary, something that
be a bartender.
Be a bartender. Be a controller.
Yep.
You know,
if you want to be in the industry, be a bartender. You'll get tips still. You'll get an hourly and you'll get tips.
And you'll have that assurance of having a regular income. We are very lucky that we have the day jobs. We have the luxury of having somewhat of a regular income. But if you're a full-time stripper, that's awesome. But make sure, you know, you have that little nest egg. You've got that little savings to give you the flexibility.
That is pretty much it. I hope you guys have like taken some tips, because I know I have, like when I say thousands, I'm not joking, thousands of baby strippers on like our accounts between us
every day,
being like, please help me.
It's my first trial shift tonight.
And we can't obviously get to other states and clubs and help you guys and do that kind of stuff.
Even
so
responding to every DM is tough.
Yeah, hopefully this video is like a little bit more helpful. I know it's super long, but you guys could like put it on as a podcast and go and clean your house. Like go and just listen to it, because I think we have some really good advice in here that we have learned from our years of stripping. If you have any comments or questions, anything we didn't cover,
leave them below,
because we'll endeavor to get back to them. We might even do tips and tricks for baby strippers part 2. I don't know what else we could possibly cover, but if you do have anything we missed, just drop it and I'll try and like reply to them, even if it's just like something little. That is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a like and comment. Subscribe to our channel. We are really trying to promote this, because again, I still feel like we're the only Australian strippers on here, and we are really trying to grow and help you guys and shed some light on our industry.
Our little community.
So
love you guys so much.
Please feel free and turn on our notification bell, because we do post hopefully every Wednesday and Saturday. Sometimes it's only once a week, but you will get that notification that we are posting them, which is fantastic. And yeah, that is pretty much it. We will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.